Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Scary Movie 3. And this movie came out in 2003, and it basically has all the same cast because they just keep coming back. And I like this movie better than the second one. I thought it was more enjoyable. I laughed more, and I thought the second half was better than the first half. The first half was as boring as the boring parts in Scary Movie 2, but the second half of this movie was as entertaining as the first movie, like the parts that I liked in the first movie. And overall, I'm kind of mixed on it. Like, this one, unlike the second movie, I didn't regret watching it. I had fun, even though most of my enjoyment was from the second half of the movie. And I liked what it was parodying. I liked the parody of rings and signs and all that kind of stuff. And they also have Charlie Sheen, and I thought he was good in the movie, and he was funny. And there's also some fun ideas that they throw in, even if some of these jokes are just like the most easiest thing you could do. In this movie, they have like some clever ideas that they throw into it, and it's a bit more fun than what you might expect it to do. Just like literally the easiest thing you could do. Like this one, they put in effort into it. It feels like it, and that's what I like about it. And this movie is directed by David Zucker, if I pronounced that correctly. He directed Airplane, and Airplane I think is good. I think that's a solid movie, and I think this is the only other movie I've seen from him. And I thought, like, considering like he's a comedy director, I thought that he was a good choice for this movie. And there wasn't really a whole lot brought to this movie visually, but it was a bit better than the first and second movie visually from memory. Like I can remember aspects about this movie from a visual in a visual sense. Sorry, and the music in the movie, it was like there were points in the movie where it was kind of parodying, or at least it sounded like the Halloween theme, like John Carpenter's Halloween theme. Like it kind of reminded me of that. I had a couple points. I'm not sure if that was their intention, but that's what it kept reminding me of. There were also some really weird choices made in this movie, like George Carlin. He was in it for one scene, and it was basically a parody of The Matrix Reloaded. He was kind of funny in the movie, but at the same time, I'm just confused as to like why that scene was even in the movie. It's like it kind of just felt unnecessary to me. And that can go for a lot of what's going on in this movie. Like a lot of it's just unnecessary and doesn't need to happen, and it does kind of start to have a formula at this point. I'm talking about the scary movies in general. Like they're starting to develop a formula, and I am starting to get a little bit tired of it. And the cartoonish logic that exists throughout this movie, that kind of got old after a while. Like you see a character get hit and they go flying. Like that person should be dead, but they're not dead because we can't kill them off yet, or at all, because they're just invincible. And that's just how I'm sorry, that's one of my biggest criticisms with this franchise in general. Like some of these characters, it's just really hard to feel anything for because they're just invincible. I can't really feel any tension, or like I can't really get invested in anything, and I just don't care. And I'm not like rooting for them to win, and like I never felt as though anyone was in danger. It's just a surface level comedy, and that's fine. It doesn't need to be super complex. It doesn't need to explore a whole lot of themes, but that would have been nice to have in this movie. And apparently, this movie was originally rated PG-13, like the theatrical cut of this movie. I watched the unrated cut because that's what this Blu-ray came with. And I've never seen the PG-13 version of this movie, and I probably never will, because there's basically no reason to. And I don't know, there wasn't anything that stood out to me as like disturbing or anything like that. It was just what I expected from these movies, and it delivered on that, and I was like, okay, that happened. And the movie just moved along, and a couple of things that I really enjoyed about the movie were some references to the Matrix, like those were funny. And there was one really funny scene, like with the Matrix and the Ring mixed together. Like that scene was pretty funny. And overall, the movie works at points. Other points, it doesn't really land for me at all. And unlike Scary Movie 2, this one's watchable, but I wouldn't come back to this one probably. It's like, sure, it has its moments, but so did the second movie. But this one has more moments that I liked as opposed to the second one. But the first one, it just has more to like in it, and there's more for me to want to come back to the first one. And I am definitely willing to rewatch the first movie again, but I'm never gonna rewatch 2, and probably won't rewatch 3 either. Maybe one day, but 1 and 3 are the scary movies, I would say, out of these 3 that I've reviewed so far. 1 and 3 you can watch. And the third one is a watchable movie overall. And if you want to watch more of what this franchise has to offer, skip the second movie and go straight into the third movie. That would be my recommendation. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Scary Movie 3 a 5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Scary Movie 3, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Open Season. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.